Hello, namaste. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook, and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday the 17th of May and Friday the 18th of May. So I trust that you're feeling good and things are flowing well for you at this time. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to bring my work out to the world and do my work full time. I'm very, very grateful. So thank you. Hello, Fiona and Robin. Isabelita's here. Lovely to see you. Extra special welcome if you're new to watching. Let us know if you are new. Hi Lisa, hi Chelsea. So if you're new, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm going to be looking for the best card for Thursday the 17th of May and the best card for Friday the 18th of May. And then I'm going to look for the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason. Just take on board what feels right, let the rest go. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't matter. Just let it go. You might be here to hear one thing. You might be here to hear everything or anything in between. So trust what you feel is right. Don't trust everything that I say. It may not all be relevant for you. That's okay. So thank you. Hi, Anit from Maine. Ruth says hello. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Angie. Hi, Michael and Barbie. Lovely to see you. Sarah's here from New Zealand. And Heavenly Star, welcome. Hi, Lisa. Always love your face paint, says Lisa. Yeah, I got a bit carried away today, although it's rubbed off a bit here. It's our healing events day, and I'm feeling a lot of strong energy, so I felt inspired to colour myself up today. Hi, Cindy and Isabelita. Namaste to you. Hi, Jerry and Keita. So I am going to start. If it's not Thursday for you yet, you can think of this as guidance in advance, or refer back to my Tuesday video actually for hold on a minute. What day is it? You can refer back to Tuesday's video for Wednesday's guidance if it's still Wednesday for you. So this is Thursday the 17th of May. I'm looking now for the best card for Thursday. I trust 100% that the card that's the most helpful for the majority of us will find its way to the top. So let's go with this card. Here, Shadow, card 36. And the Shadow's keywords say shape-shifting, hidden, release, and raven. So this is a really powerful, potent card to come up on our healing day when we're doing 3 healing events and shifting a lot of stuff. You know, so we might find in general that Thursday may be a little bit of a confronting day as things come to the surface for us to heal and release. Things may become known. We may see things in a different way or a different light on Thursday. Some of our shadowy parts of ourselves, which may include our fear, our resistances, our issues, our wounds, our old beliefs or limiting programming that we live our life by. Things like that may be revealed to us on Thursday so that we can shift them and let them go, so we can move on with our life, so that we can find the understanding or the wisdom in why such fear, why we were feeling such fear, or why we were feeling or experiencing such issues. What was the wisdom that we could gain from that? How have we become a better person based on what we've been through? That will help us be able to move on once we find that little gem, that little wisdom that's there to gain from that experience. We will no longer be victims, but we will turn that feeling of being victim into victor and gathering the wisdom, the knowledge that is potentially there for us. So this talks about a shift from the darkness and into the light. A lot of us have been feeling this in the last day or two, a shift, a sense of new beginnings coming in, maybe connected with the new moon energy that's coming through, perhaps not. It doesn't really matter what the reasons are. If we're feeling new beginnings and that's inspiring us, then let's run with it. But let's remember to face our shadow side honestly, face our fear honestly. If we feel scared, let's be honest about it. If we feel resistance, let's be honest about it. So whatever wounds or fear might be coming up for us, let's face it head on or heart on and find the courage that we have inside to push through that fear and come out the other side, to turn the feeling victim into feeling victor, to turn the challenge into an opportunity to grow and become better, more empowered versions of ourselves. So quite a strong energy around for Thursday. We may be, some of us may face our light and dark sides. There might be a bit of an emphasis on the light and the dark. That may come up for us. So just depends what space you're in. That raven energy is coming through strong too, to help us face our shadow side and see who we truly are. So that's the guidance for Thursday. I trust it makes sense for you. Thank you so much. Let's now look for the best card for Friday the 18th of May. So Friday the 18th. And I trust the best card will find its way to the top for the majority of us, which we will go with this card here. We've got Unicorn card 50. And the keywords say psychic, gifts, spiritual, intuition, and trust. So we've been guided to really trust our intuition on Friday. I mean, it's something that we kind of should be or would benefit from doing any day, but there's some significance with it being extra important or extra essential perhaps to do on Friday. Trusting our intuition. If we don't, I mean, we could be the most intuitive person in the world, but if we don't trust it, then our intuition is just like air, very difficult to grasp and hold on to. So if we want to work with our intuition, we must learn how to trust it, to trust in our intuitive impulses. I've talked a lot about this in the last week or two because it's come up, not this card, but this information's come up a lot because we've had a lot of universal support, a lot of synchronicities lately, and we've been really inspired to trust more in ourselves, trust more in our intuition, and understanding that just because our intuition says something doesn't mean that that's the way it should be for everyone. That our intuition is very personal. My intuition is right for me. Your intuition is right for you. Our intuitions may be completely different, and that's okay. As we all trust our intuitions, we create this beautiful co-creation, this orchestra, if you like, where we work together better when we're trusting in our intuition individually. So it's like when I host a group or a retreat or a workshop or something. I'm always encouraging people to speak up, because if they're sitting there brewing something inside, and they've got this urge that they want to speak up, but they're kind of just keeping their mouth closed, it actually creates a bit of a stagnation in the group. Because when you're working together with other people, it's important that everyone in that space honours their intuition. If that means they need to speak up about something, then it's always encouraged, and it usually shifts the energy of the group into really interesting spaces. So it's not just about me and my intuition, and especially with these videos, I'm always encouraging you to trust your intuition and what feels right for you. I trust my intuition as I share. I deliver as openly and honestly and clearly as I can. My intuition. Your intuition will tell you what's right in what I'm saying, what's relevant to you, what makes sense to you. That's you trusting your intuition. So on Friday, in our everyday life, we're being encouraged to trust our intuition, our instincts that guide us somewhere or call us to do something, or we may have a delay with something. We may be ready to go out the door and we can't find our keys. So we may spend 5 minutes looking for our keys frantically, but that 5 minutes may have saved us from something happening on the roads, or might then align us up with a person that we need to cross paths with down at the shop or something. So we can trust in delays, we can trust in our impulses and our intuition that's speaking to us, especially on Friday as things sync up. We're also being encouraged to really think about how devoted we are seriously to our spirituality and what that means for us personally. So, for an example, it depends how I feel at the time, so I don't know if I can give that example, but my spirituality is very important to me, and in fact, it is my way of life. So it's something I devote a lot of time to. I devote my work to it. I devote my life to it. It is my way of life very much. For some people, they might be interested in spiritual stuff, but may not devote a lot of time to it. Perhaps they're dealing with a 9-to-5 job. That's something else. Or dealing with people that don't perhaps really resonate with their spiritual wisdom. So perhaps your spirituality's taken a bit of a back seat in your life. So on Friday, you may be inspired to kind of reignite your spiritual passions and your spiritual dedications. If you've been thinking about meditating, for example, lately, but you haven't really had time, maybe on Friday you'll find that time. So it's about honouring our spiritual side, whatever that is for us as an individual. We don't have to explain our spirituality. It is a very personal thing, just like our intuition. So, I don't have to explain how I live my spiritual life, as long as it resonates with my truth and I do it as honestly and as, I walk my talk is very important to me, then I'm living that. And I can embrace or expand that connection how I see fit. I'm not going to sit here dictating to you what you should do with your spiritual practices. It's something that you need to establish for yourself. So whatever that means, if it's influenced by a religion, then fine, that's right for you. So trust what you need to do to embrace and connect further with your spirituality and what that means for you. If you're not sure, then perhaps it's something worth thinking about or feeling upon. So that's the guidance for Friday, the unicorn. Trust in your intuition and think about how devoted you are to your spirituality. Have you been talking about it or thinking about what you want to do but not making the time? Friday's about looking at making the time. Whether you make it on Friday or you schedule something in for next week or something, that will be right for you. So trust your intuition. Thank you. I trust that makes sense for you. So now I'm looking for the theme card for Thursday and Friday. The theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Thursday and Friday. So what's it going to be? If you hear things in these types of videos that are things that you've been thinking about or recently doing or recently talking about, then that's a confirmation. So pay extra attention to that stuff that you've been thinking or heard before recently. So the bigger picture, the theme card is this, card 33, Gaia, and it says the keywords are spring, as in the season, spring, but I guess it could also be spring, as in springing forward. Nature, message, listen, and life. This brings extra focus, if you like, or extra potency or support for us can be found in nature over Thursday and Friday. So spending time in the garden, there's a garden flowery kind of feeling with this. Time in the garden or gardens at the park. may be something that we're inspired to do. It's way too cold for me to do that now. It feels like winter's kind of set in, even though it's probably not that cold compared to some countries, but I'm feeling it. It's winter. So you guys enjoy summer while we have our winter. So nature may be important. We're really being encouraged over Thursday and Friday to listen, to really listen and pay attention to what's going on within us, how we feel, what we think, what our intuition is telling us, to really listen to what we're reacting to really listen to what triggers us. And that will bring us back to Thursday's card, the shadow. So as we listen and pay attention to what's triggered inside, what we're reacting to, then we can further uncover our fears and issues that may be holding us back at this time. So let's allow life in by clearing the shadows, clearing the fear, clearing the issues through listening and paying attention to what's going on for us, so that we can step further into our life. Our life calls us. Our life calls us. Have you been procrastinating about life? Have you been putting things off, waiting for something or someone to do something? Have you been putting your life on hold? And if you have, do you need to be? Do you need to have your life on hold right now? I mean, there might be some situations where it's perfectly valid, but maybe most of the time it's not. So how can we get our teeth into our life again? How can we dive into our life once more? Maybe we need to revive things so we feel a new sense of motivation for life again. Maybe stepping out into nature might help us step away from our problems and start seeing more of the bigger picture, so we can see how we can take steps now to get back into our everyday life. Take steps to get back into our spirituality and those parts of ourselves that are important to us, that we may have just put aside all year. One day putting it aside leads to a week, a month, and a year, and then years. Well, we put those types of things that are important to us aside. So let's think about over Thursday and Friday, if it inspires you, to how can we get back into our life again? How can we feel more excitement, motivation, desire, passion, purpose in our life? You might have all the reasons why you don't feel it. Look at those reasons, because they'll help you see what your blocks are. There's no reason big enough to stop you from living your life. So how can you get those things out of the way, clear them, so you can get back into your life again? Your life calls you. We are so grateful. It is such an honour. No, let me just go back there. It is such an honour. We are so lucky to be here right now living this life. No matter what we might be going through, it is an honour. There are so many people we have loved who are not in a body anymore. There are so many of our ancestors and people, and even our animals that have lived before that don't have this privilege. We are so lucky to be here breathing, alive right now. So how can we embrace that just a little bit more, especially if we've been feeling low on life or low about ourselves? How can we get that blockage out of the way so we can get on with our life and live our life to the fullest every day, so we don't look back with regret saying we wasted 5 years or 10 years or 20 years waiting for someone or waiting for something? That's baloney, if you ask me. This is why I try not to focus on some big purpose in the distance in my life. I want to create purpose in my everyday life so that I can look back on my day yesterday and say, look, yesterday was a day of purpose for me. It was a day that I directed the way I wanted it to be. It was a day that was filled with passion and rest and balance and joy. That's what my day was. And how can I bring that into my day today? And then I'm not going to look back and say I regret the last 5 years because I didn't follow my heart, or I didn't follow my passions, or I didn't live with purpose. We can live with purpose now. Let's stop making excuses and find something to wake up for, something to revive us, something to fill us with passion again. It might be starting a hobby. It may be spending more time in nature. It may be devoting more time to our spirituality. It may be looking honestly at our fear or our wounds, letting them go so we can bring more love into our life. What can bring you more purpose today? Not tomorrow or when you have your birthday or next year. Today. How can you finish your day today feeling that you did something purposeful for you? Maybe help someone. Maybe cook yourself a nice meal, or those you love a nice meal. Maybe help someone. Maybe reach out to someone you've been thinking about and seeing if they're okay. There's so many different things that we can do. So how can you get back into your life again? So that's the guidance for Thursday and Friday. Interesting, isn't it? Have you been feeling that? Yeah, it's time to revive ourselves, isn't it? Revival actually is my key word for May. Revival. Thank you. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today. These are available now. I've completely created them with my artwork and descriptions and things and design. So if you want to learn more about them or add them to your collection, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. If you want to learn more about the work that I do, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I've got lots of books and card decks and meditations and art and ceramics and supportive groups and free resources. There's lots of different stuff on my website. I've been accumulating and building for the last 13 years, but also all of my life and my past lives too. So you might find something helpful if you resonate with my work. So please have a look if you're inspired to. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. I'm just about to start streaming our last healing event in the Temple of Balance group for some of my patrons. So I look forward to connecting with you in about 9 minutes. So that's that. That's all I need to say, really. So thank you so much and enjoy your next few days. I will be back to share with you again soon. So thank you and namaste. Namaste means that the divine, the creator within me, honors and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you, that we are equal, we are one. Thank you so much for being who you are. Namaste. Thank you.